Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk all about how to use the Canva bulk create option. It is absolutely incredible. And if you are working on the first step of the customer journey, where you're wanting to bring awareness to your brand, to your product, then you know you have to be all about the content creation portion. Now, when I discovered this Canva bulk create, my heart was so happy because it literally cut hours out of my work week and work month for social media content creation. So before we jump into the actual Canva bulk create, I just want to give you a quick reminder of what the customer journey is like and what you really need to be thinking about as you're building out your systems. And so this is the customer journey that I love making everything in my experience around. We bring awareness. This is where you're posting content and you're doing some sort of a call to action. Often it's to engage in the comments, to message, to send an email, something to get them into your system. And then that leads into the subscribe model. And we always like to say this is where they're giving it's a micro commitment where you're giving them something and they're giving you something in return, kind of like what I do right here on this channel. If you want to jump into our monetize your socials group, you can find that in the description below. We also have a couple free guides for all of our business owners who follow us on this channel. So if you want to get your YouTube start journey or your YouTube checklist, it's going to be in the comments as well. And so that subscribe portion is exactly that first really micro commitment where they give you their email, their phone number, something, and then you give them something free in return. We call these opt-ins, freebies, lead magnets. And then from there, this gives you the opportunity to nurture, to follow up with those people and to build a relationship. So if you think about this, we have these social media platforms and our goal is to get them to engage and subscribe so that you can get them into a controlled environment. And the reason why is algorithms change. You can be banned from different things. You know, there's always something that happens with social media that could cause your audience to not see your content anymore. And so those micro commitments are super important. Thinking, how can I capture their information, add massive value? It's not just about capturing their information. It's you want to become a credible source for them. You want to become their go-to guide on whatever it is that you're sharing, selling, teaching, whatever that is. And so getting them to engage and subscribe actually gets them off of the rented platforms, the social media platforms, and into your own space. And that's where you truly can begin to build the relationship. And the relationship happens in the subscribe, convert, excite, like from here on out. This is where you build out automations, email processes, you invite them into webinars. And I like to think of this as where you are providing massive value, not just a little value, but this is the massive value where you become their go-to. And that's the key. And so whatever it is that you teach, whatever it is that you are selling, you want to be the number one for that industry. And that often means that you like to build trust, you have to give massive value. This is why in every video, I always offer something for free in the description below. You can jump into the groups, you can get into one of our boot camps, you can download one of our guides, because I want to help my audience succeed. I want them to be able to get awesome results. And I want to build those relationships so that they either want to sign up for one of the affiliate things that we talk about, or they want to jump into one of our courses or get coached one-on-one. Any of those things are super valuable. So we take them from that social media platform, we begin engaging with them, we get them to subscribe and then convert through webinars or whatever. And then you want them to become excited once they purchase from you. And so your content needs to be really good. And it actually has to help them get from point A to point B, whatever your point B is, whatever your promise is. And that's where they begin to ascend and they get to a higher level than they were before. And so today I want to show you how to really make this a quick process for creating content in this very first awareness category. And we're going to do this with Canva. Canva is one of my all-time favorite tools. I use it every single day. You can find a link in the description below. I love using Canva. And I actually love using Canva in conjunction with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is absolutely incredible for this feature that I'm going to be teaching you right now. So you want to open up ChatGPT and you're going to give it a prompt, and you are going to want to prompt it with some, like, whatever one of your categories is for your social media. So let's say that I post inspirational quotes. So please provide, and I'm going to do 30 inspirational quotes for small business owners to encourage them to keep going. And I want this to be, well, you can give it like a voice. Like if it's not inspirational quotes that somebody else is saying, maybe you want to have some witty comments or something, tell it exactly what you want. So we're going to put that in there, and it's going to come out with our quotes. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. And then it gives us our author. So what you could do, and probably what I should have done at the beginning, is I'm going to ask it to please put this in a table format. And really what I want is to be able to grab these quotes and put them into Canva Bulk Create. And so we need them in a table format for that. Now, sometimes what I like to do is I will highlight all of it and I'll actually put it into a spreadsheet. That's a great way of doing it as well. But you don't have to do that with Canva Bulk Create. You can just come right in here and you can copy the whole thing. Oops, I got to get that very last one, Vince Lombardi. Okay, we're going to copy that whole thing. Now we're going to come into Canva. And in Canva, I'm going to choose a social media post. And I want this to be an Instagram. Let's do a post. So this is just a static post. And Canva has really great designs. And so I'm going to put in here quote, because I want to make sure and get a quote, but I also want it to have an author in there because we want to note the author. So here's one that's got here's another one that's got the author. So I'm going to choose this one here. Now, before I do anything else, I want to make sure that I've branded this for my brand. And so that means if I need to change the font, if I need to change the background, this is something that I need to do now versus later. And I'll show you why. So my colors are pink and this teal. I'm actually going to do this teal. And then if you want to change the font, you'll just come up here and you can choose whichever font it is. I'm going to leave it this font. And you'll notice that some of it is italicized. And so if you want to maintain that, you have to break up your quotes into different columns, which is why some people will take it and put it into a spreadsheet so that you can break the quote up and say part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. We're just going to do, just for the sake of it, the ease, we're going to not italicize any of it. So I've got this the way that I want it. Now I'm going to come down here to on the left to apps. And in apps, I'm going to come down to bulk create. And I believe bulk create is something that you have to actually have a pro account for this. And we're going to enter the data manually because I have copied that from ChatGPT right here. And we're going to come over and I'm going to paste that in. And so notice how it took the category, quote, and author. Now, if you wanted to do what I said before, where it's like line 1, line 2, line 3, where you're breaking the quote up, you would just have more lines or more columns, I should say. And then your quote would be broken up into 3 parts or 4 parts or whatever it is. But we've added the data. It's all there. We're going to click done. We're going to come over here to the quote, and I'm going to right click on that. And I'm going to click connect data. From here, I'm going to choose the quote, not the category. We're going to choose the quote. And then I'm going to right click on the author, and we are going to connect the author there. Now, once we've done that, the rest is super simple. We're just going to click continue. We're going to click generate 30 designs. Give it just a moment. And now we have 30 quotes that are already done, set, ready to go. Now you can come in and customize these. Now that they're all in there and you didn't have to individually create them, they've been bulk created. I can come in here and let's just say I want to do one that color. I want to do one this color. I want to do one that color. Or let's say I want to add photos behind it. Just to give it a little bit different, we'll come down to photos and I'm going to put in beach. And then I'm just going to drag this in behind it. So I could do photos if I wanted, and then I could actually change the transparency a little bit so that that teal comes in the background. So really, once you've done the bulk create, you can either keep it exactly the same, how it is, or you can go in and customize it so each one looks a little different. Then you're just going to click share at the top here, and you're going to download all of these. And now they're ready to be posted. You can actually so you can go in and use a scheduler to post this, and you can have 30 posts ready to go all within, I would say, an hour, because you've done your chat GPT, you've uploaded it here, and then you're going to go in and spend some time publishing it and scheduling it out with your scheduler. Now, if you also want to do your descriptions, just come back to chat GPT, and then you can say, okay, quote number 1, can you write a description in a fun, witty voice? So let's put this right here. I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to say, please create a YouTube, no, let's do Instagram description for this quote and so I'm going to give it the right voice in a fun, witty, professional voice. Okay, so we're going to paste that quote right there. And now it's going to give me, and what I love about telling it like Instagram, something like that, is it does put these emojis in there, which is really great. It also gives you some hashtags. So there's really no reason to not have your social media scheduled out. And another cool thing that you can do is you can ask it to give you 5 options. In fact, let's put that in there. We're going to come back over here and I'm going to say, please provide 5 call to actions for this post. Okay, so it's going to give me 5 engaging call to actions. Feeling this, drop a fire, tag a friend who needs this reminder, double tap. So a lot of times what I find with the thousands of people we've coached is they get overwhelmed with all of these little tasks that we have to do as entrepreneurs, as small business owners. But if you are willing to learn just a little bit of the AI and implement that in, you are going to be light years ahead. It's going to save you months of work. What used to take months should only take a couple hours now. And you'll be able to then focus on the other portion of the customer journey. So what I see often is so many people get stuck in the awareness category and they're posting content, but because they're so exhausted with it, they don't really have good call to actions. They haven't really thought through like, where are they going to lead their post after, now that they've created some amazing reel, like where are they going to lead them next? And so you want to make sure and get like, what is that next step? What exactly where are you going to send them next? Are you going to ask them to comment? Are you going to ask them to DM? Are you going to have them download something? Are you going to have them jump into a group like I do? You want to jump into our Monetize Your Socials group And that's our private group where we talk all about our events that are coming up and we share lots of tips in there. And so you want to lead them to that next step. And that is key in really beginning that process of monetizing your social media. You can't monetize something that you're not doing. And so if you're just randomly posting and hoping that it's going to stick, that's not necessarily a really good plan. And you also have to be able to have those systems in place to support what you're trying to build. And so this is the very first system that you can set up where you can guarantee that you're going to be showing up on a daily basis. You can utilize AI, Canva, like some really great programs, and in a very short amount of time. Now, there is one more thing I want to show you because these are static posts and they're actually the least most popular type of posts for the algorithm unless you're going to do them as carousels. If you're going to set these up as carousels where they can go through 10 at a time, that's way more effective for your social media because they're spending more time on your profile and interacting with your content. And really, that's what Instagram, YouTube, all the social media platforms want to see people staying on content. So when you can get your audience to stay and listen and read and save and do all those things, you're going to have more audience show up. And so one of the best ways to do this is to actually, instead of just creating posts, to create them into reels. And so let's come back into Canva. And we are going to start this process all over again. Okay, we're going to come into here. Let's go back out into home. We're going to come into social media. We're going to go to Instagram Reels. And so now, instead of doing a static post, we're going to click design. And I'm going to put quote in here as well. And let's see. We're going to do something like this one. I actually like this one for a couple of reasons. Ooh, but it is missing the actual quote or the author, which I could add on there. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that so I can show you how this is done. So we are going to take this one post and we're going to do exactly what we did with the last one, except we are going to add an author. So we're going to add the author right down here. And I'm going to title this author. And I'm going to shrink that down smaller. Okay, so now we've got this watery beach thing in the background. We're going to come back down into apps. We're going to scroll to bulk create. We're going to enter the data manually. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to highlight and copy all of this. You can actually ask ChatGPT to create you a CSV file, but what I have found is it doesn't always download or save and so I just like to do it this way. We're going to copy that in. So we've got all the quotes and the authors right there. And now we're going to go back in and we're going to assign them connected to the data. So we're going to connect this one to the quote. We're going to right click and connect this one down to the author. And then we're going to click continue. We're going to generate 30 of these. And so just like the posts that we did, except these ones, often people will stay on a little bit longer. So now we've got 30 reels instead of 30 posts. And so I definitely want to make these all different. We can actually keep them the same. I do see some brands doing that, but I just want to show you how easy it is. We're just going to drag this in and put that behind. So now we've got one there. We're going to drag this one, put it behind here. We've got one there. Notice how this one is only 8 seconds. This one's 45. And so I'm going to actually just command, we're going to split this, which you can just shrink it as well. And I'm going to delete so that it's a shorter amount. And then we're going to put in beach. And so then you just go in and you swipe in whatever your theme is. You can swipe in different beach scenes in the background. And You can then edit each one. Let's bring this down to there. And if I wanted, I could change these colors, but it's literally that simple. And then when you go to share, you're going to come here and you're going to click download, and you want to download each page as a separate file. And so now instead of having, just a post, you can actually use bulk create with a chat GPT to create some amazing reels. And then with that one, you're going to have to do a little bit differently, because I would highly recommend putting some sound behind it. And so you'd go into Instagram or uh, YouTube Shorts, which I just saw they came out with 3 minutes on there. So, which is awesome. It used to just be 1 minute. And now you have 30 reels that you can share. And obviously, often reels are going to attract a larger audience than just a post. And so either one of these works. This is, in my opinion, one of the best parts of AI. There's so many good things, but this will help any small business owner, any entrepreneur who is trying to be more consistent online and you're wanting to build a brand, but you don't feel like every day you can get up and post. This is incredible. Go into business.facebook.com, set up your Meta account for Instagram and Facebook. You can even connect your groups into here, and you can pre-schedule all of those there. Then you can go into YouTube. You can pre-schedule everything into YouTube as well, so that no matter what you're doing, it's going to show up for you and your brand is going to be represented. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will be back tomorrow with more small business owner tips and marketing and AI strategies that have truly helped to expand and grow my business. I'm so excited for them. Go ahead and join our Monetize Your Socials community in the description below. You'll also be able to find our free downloads that we've got for your YouTube channel checklist and a couple other things. Thanks so much, and we will chat with you soon. Bye.